Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be filming another weekly reading vlog this week, and we are starting out the vlog by opening up my very first book of the month box, and I'm very excited. So what I have here, so the one that I chose as my book pick is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I'm actually very excited because she's actually coming to Connecticut next Friday, and me and my stepmom are going to go meet her, and I'm so excited. So I will definitely be reading this book very, very soon. I'm actually reading the first book in this series currently, the Part of Your World book, and I'm about halfway through that, so I'm really enjoying it. So I got this one, and then I'm very excited because the add-on, which is actually early release, is my favorite author, Christina Lauren, The True Love Experiment. I am so excited about this book. It has been long awaited. This is about Fizzy, which is the best friend from the soulmate equation, and I'm so excited. This wasn't supposed, well, this is coming out on the 16th, but since I got it as an add-on, I got it early, and I am so very excited. Oh my goodness, I love me a good Christina Lauren book. Anyway, so those are the two books that I got, and I'm gonna put my link down below if you guys want to sign up for book of the month. I definitely suggest it. I got my first two books. I think I got the first book for only like $5 with the code that they were running, and then the add-on was like I think 18, but for a new release hardback, that's not bad at all. So I got both books for I think like $25, so not bad, not bad. So oh, and there's a little bookmark. What does it say? Oh, they've hit the triple digits. That's good. All right, so I'm very excited about those. And then let's talk reading plans. So this week I'm going to be finishing up Part of Your World, like I said, by Abby Jimenez, currently on page 209. I'm really liking this book so far. It's not my normal like romance plot that I like, because I'm like a enemies to lovers kind of gal, but this is not that. This is, they're like friends, instant chemistry type deal, and that's usually like the complete opposite of what I like, but really loving their vibe. Love both the characters, and I love this little goat here. Cutest thing ever. So definitely gonna be finishing this. And then after I finish that, my next book is going to be Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I am very excited to read this book. This is my first Brandon Sanderson book, and he compares it to The Princess Bride and Stardust. I've never seen either of them, but my stepmom loves The Princess Bride, and so does my aunt. And I've just heard really good things about it. So, and I think it's just like whimsical fairy tale vibes. And you guys, after reading Once Upon a Broken Heart and The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber, I need more whimsical fairy tales in my life. Those books were so good. I can't even start talking about it anymore because I'm just gonna get emotional with that ending. Anyways, so yes, so these are the two books that I'm kind of aiming for. So today is Thursday, so I'm going to be filming this until the end of next week. So in this vlog, we are also going to likely be reading Yours Truly, because I want to read this before I go to the meet and greet that we have. And I'm very excited because I'm going to have her actually sign a book. And I think I'm going to surprise my bestie Taylor, because she loves Abby Jimenez, and I'm going to have her get I'm going to have her sign a copy as well for her. So yes, I'm very excited. Anyway, so I'm definitely gonna be reading this, and then to break up, so these are like gonna be my three main books that I plan on reading, but to break up the monotony of that, I'm also gonna be reading, I think I'm gonna jump into this graphic or manga. It's not a graphic novel, it's manga. This is the bind up of the first 3 volumes of Orange by Ichigo Takano, and Katie is reading, and Cass both read these, love them, rave about them. And so I've been dying to read them, and I went to the library the other day, and my library had the first bind up and the second bind up, so I got both. So I'm hoping to read this first bind up this week. So yeah, those are the reading plans. I don't think I'm gonna get to the Soulmate Equation. I have so many books I want to read. I want to read The Happy Place by Emily Henry. People have just been talking about it nonstop. I obviously want to read The True Love Experiment, you guys. I'm so excited about this book, and it's so beautiful. So I really want to read this. There's just so many books. Oh man. And I also got there's another book that's coming in the mail by TJ Klune that I'm very excited about. So yeah, there's just many books. But anyways, guys, so these are my reading plans. Hopefully I can get all this accomplished by the end of next week. And yeah, I'll be touching base with you guys throughout, and I will catch you guys later. Hey guys, so I just wanted to film a quick update. So I actually finished Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I gave this book 4 stars. I loved Alexis and Daniel's relationship. I could not get any more of it. I was obsessed, and like I said, I typically don't like that insta love, like where they instantly like really liked each other and were like just super fond of each other from the jump. And honestly, I was like, well, how much can really happen? I mean, they already like each other, and this book is like 400 pages. Well, let me tell you, a lot can happen. These characters are amazing. I love the small town that they are in. I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's Wakan or Waken, something like that. But I absolutely adored it. And I just love the relationships that even Alexis builds in the small town. I think that it's absolutely amazing. And I like learning about, even though I don't necessarily like some of the characters that are in Alexis's world back home, I like learning about them because I think it gives us a great insight into why she acts how she acts, and why she reacts to certain things the way that she reacts to them, and, you know, why she's going through the situation that she's going through and why she makes the decisions she makes. But I really did enjoy it. So I gave this, like I said, 4 stars, and then I pretty much immediately picked up Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, which is Alexis's best friend Brianna's book. So far we have Brianna and Jacob, and Brianna and Jacob are both doctors at the same hospital that Alexis, you know, worked at, and they're pretty much right now they're vying for the same job. I don't read the blurbs on books anymore, so we're just flying by the seat of our pants here, people. I just like it more that way. I just feel like sometimes the blurbs can give away things that don't happen for like 100 pages. And I'm like, okay, well, I could have been shocked 100 pages in, but no, now I had to know something. But anyways, before I go on a rant about that. So yeah, so far, it looks like they're vying for the same job. They're both super qualified. I must say, Jacob's, you learn this like literally a couple pages in, Jacob's brother is trash. I'm just gonna throw that out there. We can just take Jacob's brother, pick him up, and put him in an actual trash can, and then take him out to the dump and squash him and get rid of him forever and ever because he's a horrible person. So anyways, I'm just gonna throw that out there. But anyways, I'm loving this book so far, and it's so weird, you guys. I have not been on a romance book kick in a while. I've been like heavy in like my romantasy era, which is like fantasy romance, but I have been loving my romance books. Like, with like book lovers. Love in Other Words, which wasn't a big fan of, but still read it. The first Abby Jimenez book I read, this one, and I'm super excited about this one because, like I said, me and my stepmom are going to a meet and greet and a book signing on Friday, and I'm so stoked. And yeah, I'm loving it. I really like her writing, and I honestly wasn't sure how I'd feel about it. I mean, she's a super popular author, so I don't know why I thought I would feel any differently, but absolutely loving it. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep reading this. I don't know how many pages are in this book. I'm just gonna take the dust jacket off because I don't read with the dust jackets on. I don't want to see any spoilers, so we're just going to try to avoid spoilers. 387 pages in this book. I am 5 chapters in, and like I said, I'm really loving it. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of banter in them, but I just love the way that Abby writes. Like, I feel like she conveys and portrays characters very well. And I love the dialogue. I think that even if it's not necessarily banter, I think that she just knows how to bring a character to life. And I think that that's something that not a lot of authors can do. And I'm just living for it. I don't know. Like I said, it's so weird because normally I really don't like any book that is like any romance book that's not like enemies to lovers or things like that. Like, I just am not a big fan of like friends to lovers, or like, I mean, this one's kind of starting out like they're like workplace rivals, but like even this like isn't horrible so far. Like, they're not like, I guess they kind of don't like each other. I don't know. Maybe that's why I like this one so much, honestly. But I mean, they're workplace rivals. Like, it's not like they absolutely despise each other. Like, I mean, kind of, but I don't know. I'm just gonna keep rambling about this book, apparently. I'm 5 chapters in, people. I don't know everything that's happening. But anyways, so far, it's a workplace romance. Workplace rivals, I'm assuming, to lovers. And I'm loving it. So maybe that's why I'm loving it so much, because we've got some enemy vibes going on. So we're just gonna go with that. But I definitely recommend reading this book as well, even though this one's definitely not enemies. There's absolutely no enemy vibes in the first part of this book, and any part of this book, honestly. Daniel and Alexis are just relationship goals with the little goat Chloe and the dog Hunter. Oh, and I must say, that's another thing. I love that she includes dogs in her books, which I know that Stuntman Mike, I think that's her dog's name, is like a huge part of like her thing. So I'm like all for that. But anyways, I just thought that was so cute. Like, Hunter, the dog, makes such like a big appearance. Like, he's just in the book a lot in this book, and I think it's so cute. And I think that the dog in this book, I think his name's Lieutenant Dan. Like, I love that. I think he makes a pretty big like appearance in this book as well. So anyways, before I just keep rambling on and on, I just wanted to update you guys, let you know where I was at. And yeah, I will touch base with you guys and film another update later. I'm gonna be filming my April reading wrap up tomorrow, so that's gonna be going up. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. So I just wanted to give a quick update on Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I am absolutely obsessed with this book. I have been outside reading like all day, just like hours and hours and hours. It is so good. There's so many tropes in here. Again, I went in blind. I didn't read like the blurb or anything. And it is just so good. I keep texting Taylor and just telling her how much I am obsessed with this book because I'm just loving like all the different tropes that are in it. And I'm so sorry if my camera keeps moving around. I don't have my tripod out here, so I'm just holding my phone. But it is just amazing. I am 152 pages in. Obsessed. Brianna and Jacob are amazing. I love them so much. Right now we're in the they're doing fake dating trope. Yes, love the fake dating trope, and I'm obsessed. And they are just so cute together. I love how Brianna like understands Jacob's anxiety, and like they were writing letters back and forth, and I love when characters do that. Like I just think that it's so like sweet and heartfelt and cute, and I just thought that it was just super like heartwarming. And yeah, so I just love how their like friendship is growing. And again, like they're right now they're like in the fake dating part of their relationship, and I'm just loving how like they're being super supportive of each other, and of each other's needs, and I just absolutely love that. And yeah, so I'm just so excited to read more of this book, and this honestly just makes me even more excited to meet her on Friday, just so I can tell her how much I absolutely adored this book. So yeah, I will touch base with you guys later. I just wanted to film a quick update and just let you guys know that I am absolutely loving this. All right, guys, so I just finished Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and 5 stars. It has been a while since I read just like a romance book and gave it 5 stars. I am absolutely obsessed with this. Brianna and Jacob are amazing. I couldn't say enough good things about them. I love how this book talks about mental health, dealing with anxiety, dealing with trauma from past relationships, just dealing with your own feelings in general. And honestly, 2 tropes that I typically don't like, and I don't typically read books that have them, but because I didn't read the blurb, I didn't really know that they happened. And because I didn't know anything about the book, like I didn't do any like looking up reviews or anything like that. So I was, as soon as they kind of happened, I was like, typically not my most like trope, but I think that they worked well in this book. And obviously I'm not going to go into detail about it because that would kind of give a little bit of the book away. But I just think that this book was very well written. The tropes that Abby used were very well matched to these 2 characters. I genuinely could not pick better characters for each other. This is honestly up there with Beach Read for me, which is like shocking because Beach Read is like my all-time favorite romance book. But this is just, it was amazing. I just loved it so much. You just learn so much about Jacob and his anxieties and how he processes things, and Brianna and how she is dealing with everything that she's going through from her past relationship, and both of their families and their friends and how they're helping them cope with these things and move forward. And I just thought it was amazing. I really enjoyed her writing. I just absolutely loved it, and I'm so excited to meet her. And I must say a big thank you to Taylor for again referring me to read another book, because she's the reason that I started reading the first Abby Jimenez book, which led me to this Abby Jimenez book. and I am just so excited. And I am probably going to be reading the backlog of Abby Jimenez books, because this book was just absolutely amazing. It was funny. It just had so much emotion in it. It was so good, you guys. Please, please, please pick this book up. You do not have to read the first book, Part of Your World, before reading this one. If you can, I would suggest it, just because you get Alexis's, which is her best friend's life, and Alexis makes some appearances in this book which may spoil some things from that first book, but they can both be read as standalones, so it's not the end of the world if you read this one first and then you go back and you read Part of Your World. But I'm so very excited. My stepmom is currently reading this one, and I cannot wait to talk with her about it on Friday to get her thoughts on it and pick her brain about it. Because like I said, I have not had a 5-star romance book, just like a regular romance book, in a while. And I am just so, so excited, and absolutely adored this book, adored the characters, just adored everything about it. Even the tropes that I normally don't like, I loved. So yes, very long rant about this book, but definitely loved it. And I'm off to bed now, but I just wanted to film this before I headed up to Slumberland. So I hope you guys all have a good evening, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow with whatever book I pick up next. Hey guys, so I wanted to just film a quick clip because I ordered from Waterstones, and I got this really cool exclusive copy of the new TJ Klune book, and I'm so excited because it looks amazing, and I'm pretty sure it's also signed, which we all know I love. Wow, you see, they pack their books really well. Very nice. Love that for me. Okay, so this is the cover. And you guys are ready for this? These edges. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Just look at this. Wow. I mean, honestly, and it is signed. Yes. Let's see, Klunester. Look at this. Boom. TJ Klune, baby. So now I have all 3 of his books. Have I read a single one of them? No. Will I? Someday. But now I have an exclusive edition, and I'm so excited. This is so pretty. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Wow. Well, that was like the whole clip, guys. Was just me opening this book. But I guess I can really quickly update you about my reading. So, well, actually, we could just talk about this really quick. So I don't really know what this book's about. And as we mentioned, I am no longer reading blurbs, but I've heard that it's really good, and it has something to do with like robots or something, which I've never really read a book about robots. So I don't know if this is really like sci-fi or if it's fantasy or if this is like a mix of the both. A mix of both. But if anybody has read this, let me know. Also, if you've read TJ Klune, let me know which is your favorite, because I've heard that I think it's House in the Cerulean Sea is a lot of people's favorites, but a lot of people also really like Under the Whispering Door, and I've also heard amazing things about this book. So I'm super excited to read all 3 of them. I'm gonna have to film a vlog where like I just read TJ Klune books, because I'm super duper excited. And like I said, I just cannot get over this. Beautiful. And even like the top is like, and the bottom, just pretty. Oh, I love it. And you know, this is just gonna go right here. We're just gonna do a little switcheroo here. We're just gonna place that bad boy there. My other edges. Beautiful. And then I can give you my reading update. So this is Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. So I am on chapter 6, which is part 2, page 33, and I'm loving it, you guys. I've never read a Brandon Sanderson book before, and I love his descriptions and like just his writing in general. I wasn't going to annotate this book at all, but how that has changed. I have done nothing but annotate, and I've actually been tabbing as well. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I've got some tabbage happening. Here we go. And can we talk about the end papers in this book? Look at this. How beautiful. I'm obsessed. I do wish I had some sprayed edges because I love sprayed edges, but the book itself is still really beautiful, and I'm just really enjoying the writing and the story of it so far, and our main character, Tress. So the premise that I'm getting so far is that there's these islands, and they're surrounded by like these 12 moons, and there's also ocean, you know, obviously surrounding the islands. But the oceans are not water, they are alien dust, because they're like dust from these spores from the moon. It's like a whole thing. And the spores are fine to touch unless they get wet, like a gremlin, which I think is hilarious. So I'm just kind of enjoying learning about all of these things. So right now we're just at the part of the story. So Tress has kind of just been talking to the gardener, Charlie. And I don't want to give too much away, but she's about to go on an adventure, even though she's not the type of girl that typically would like to go on an adventure. But when something happens and you need to go on an adventure, you go on an adventure. So that's exactly what's happening. Tress is about to set foot abroad, but the only problem is you can't leave the island without breaking the law. So how's that gonna happen? I don't know. We're gonna find out today. Well, maybe not today. We're gonna find out at some point. But this is a standalone book in the Cosmere. So Brandon Sanderson has a bajillion books. He has the Mistborn series. He has the Stormlight Archives. He has, I think it's called Elantris or Elantris, which is also a standalone. This one is a standalone. He has 3 other like secret projects. I forget the name of the other one that was just released. But I think that's also a standalone. So he has just a bunch of books, and they're all like in the Cosmere, which is like all in one universe. And I just think it's super interesting. So this was my first toe dip into the Cosmere, and I love it. I have Mistborn on hold at my library, so hopefully that comes in soon, because I really want to get into the Mistborn trilogy. Well, I know it's technically 6 books, but it's broken up into like the first 3 and then the second 3. I've heard that they're all really good, but I really just want to get into the first 3 like ASAP. And so I'm hoping I get those in from the library soon, because I was going to order them off Book Depository, but then they shut down, which was very sad for all of us in the US. So anyways, so I'm going to keep reading this today and hopefully get a little bit farther. When I annotate, it takes me a lot longer to read, because I'm just kind of going through and writing everything down and underlining everything. I mean, just like, look. Just tabs, annotating, just good times, good vibes. So I only made it to page 33, which is sad because I read for like an hour and a half yesterday. So usually I would have read a lot farther than that. So hopefully I can make a pretty decent chunk in it today. All right, guys, that is the update for now and my brand new book. So I will catch you guys later. Hey guys, so I just wanted to film a quick outro for this video. So I want to go over the books that I read and talk a little bit about the event yesterday. So I didn't get too many clips, but I did go and meet Abby Jimenez, and I learned that's how you pronounce her name. So that's my bad, but she is amazing. She just has been through so much. And I really enjoyed just learning about her background and learning about her whole Nadia Cakes journey and learning how she got into writing. And that was really cool. But honestly, the coolest part was hearing how much research she puts into her books. Because one of the questions during the Q&A section was, how does she get all the medical terminology, down so well, and like the ER setting and all that in Yours Truly? How does she get all of that, done so well? And so she was saying that she interviewed, nephrologists in order to get accurate information about Benny's kidney disease, and ER doctors and nurses, in order to get the proper layout of a hospital, because she doesn't want you to be pulled out of the book over something minute, such as like a setting or something like that. And I just thought that was so interesting that she puts this much research into her books, and she said she's done it with all of her books. And so I just think that's really interesting, because that was actually one of the things that I was thinking about as I was reading. Even Part of Your World was, she just seemed like she had a lot of knowledge about the ER and, that kind of world. So I just thought that was very interesting. But yeah, it was just such a blast to meet her. I only got to talk to her for a few minutes, but she was just absolutely just so sweet. She did talk a little bit about her upcoming book, for next year, and I am so excited. And I just cannot wait to read more of her books, which I'll get to in a minute. But I'll pop up some pictures all over the place as I'm kind of talking about this. You'll see them throughout. And I just had such a fun time, and I made a new friend, so that doesn't hurt. I was supposed to go with my stepmom, but my stepmom wasn't feeling well, so I ended up going by myself. And I was sitting, it was held at a church because the venue, there was too many people for the normal venue. So I was sitting in like a pew all by myself, and this girl sat in front of me, and we just got to chatting. And then after the signing line, she found me outside, and we connected on Instagram. And then we chatted in the parking lot for 30 minutes, and it was amazing. And her name is Mandy, and I am obsessed with her. She is so sweet, and I love meeting new book friends. So yeah, that was so exciting. So let me get into what I read. So I finished off Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I rated this 4 stars. This is about Alexis and Daniel's journey, and I absolutely love this book. I thought that it was just super well written. I really liked the way that they discussed their social class differences, but I really liked the small town of Wakan. I just thought it was such a great place to be. I love all the characters there, and I think Alexis just fits in, into Doug's crazy, fits into Daniel's world so perfectly. And so I just love learning about her journey, about kind of finding herself and finding how she fits into her own world. And so as much as the book is called Part of Your World, I think it's just about Daniel and Alexis finding their own world within each other. And I just thought that that was absolutely amazing. And I really loved this book. I loved the banter, loved the dialogue, loved everything about it. I loved the side characters, i.e. Doug, and Liz, and, just all of the side characters. They were just amazing. And her best friend, Brianna, love her, which is what we'll get into my next read. So I read Yours Truly, same, by Abby Jimenez. It's about Brianna, and she ends up meeting this doctor. He's just starting at the hospital, and they eventually end up talking, and through letters. And let me tell you what, that was amazing. The letters, could not be happier. I love when authors put like letters in books between characters. Like, I just think it's the sweetest thing. So I give this book 5 stars. I have not given a romance book 5 stars in a very long time, and I told Abby that when I went, and I just absolutely loved this book. I was telling her that one thing I really loved about this was that I thought that the tropes that Abby used in this book fit these characters perfectly. I mentioned it before, they're not typically tropes that I enjoy reading about. I find them annoying usually, but I thought that they fit these characters and their situations so perfectly that I didn't find them annoying at all. And so I just thought that that kind of speaks to her as an author, that she's able to, you know, put forth a book that has these two the characters that are perfect for each other while they're going through things that they're just meant to go through. You know, it didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like it wasn't supposed to happen. It all just felt so organic, and I just absolutely loved that. And she did sign my book, so I am very excited about that. I will show you guys. So yes, I had a blast. She, like I said, she was just so sweet and so nice. I had so much fun, and I'm so happy that I went. So yes, so again, I gave this book a 5-star. And then I started Trust of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. So I am only 85 pages in. Yeah, 85 pages. I'm annotating it, tabbing it, so I'm kind of going slowly. So this is more just kind of, it's a fun book. So it's essentially right now, I haven't read the blurb, but so right now it's about Tress. She's going on this journey to help save someone that she cares about, because no one else seems to care that this person's missing. And so she's going on a journey to find this person, across the sea, which isn't really a sea. It's spores. So it's like alien dust is how Brandon Sanderson describes it, that can't get wet. And so it's like, you know, a whole fear, you know, around, you know, being around these spores. And so she's like dealing with that fear and also, you know, escaping the island that she lived on. And it was just, I mean, it's really, really good. There is fourth wall breaks in this book. So I don't hate it as much as I hated it in the other book that I read, Bookshops and Barbarians, I think it was like 2 months ago or something, because there it just didn't fit organically. But here, Brandon writes it in organically to where it doesn't feel like you're being tossed out of the book every time. Like, it's just made to feel as part of the book. And I really am enjoying it. His descriptions are amazing. Like, even on the first page, I highlighted just this one passage. You know, men often described the girl as having hair the color of wheat. Others called it the color of caramel, or occasionally the color of honey. The girl wondered why men so often used food to describe women's features. There was a hunger to men that was best avoided. In her estimation, light brown was sufficiently descriptive, though the hue of her hair was not its most interesting trait. That would be her hair's unruliness. Each morning she heroically tamed it with brush and comb, then muzzled it with a ribbon and a tight braid, yet some strands always found a way to escape and would wave free in the wind, eagerly greeting everyone she passed. Like, what? All this description just for her hair. I'm like obsessed. And like, there's just so many descriptions that are like that. And there was a quote in here that, you know, really stood out to me and spoke to me about your mental state and the job that you do. And his writing is just amazing. Like, I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying annotating it. So that's why I'm enjoying taking my time with it. That way I can really just, when I jump into it, you know, I read a couple of chapters, I annotate it. And so I'm definitely taking my time with this book. So I'm going to be reading it probably throughout the month, but it is really, really good. I'm really liking his writing so far. So we'll see if I continue to like it or not. So yeah, guys, so that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm probably going to be vlogging this upcoming week, where sneak peek, I'm reading another Abby Jimenez book. So yes, I'm super excited about that. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.